Hello everyone, I am Tara the Fox, and welcome back to another episode of The Cat Lady. Today we are starting on Chapter 2, Second First Breath.
Yes, I do enjoy fine art. Thank you for noticing. There's a certain raw beauty to it that modern painters often fail to recreate. I always wanted to be an artist myself, but it'll be a long time before I can call myself that. I often say that patients are my canvas, but my job is more about restoration, obviously. I look at the damaged human minds and bring them back to their former beauty. I'm sorry, I'm probably boring you.
No. It's not that. It's just... It's been a difficult couple of days. I'd really like to go home.
Of course, and go home you will. As soon as we've done this little assessment, okay? You probably know how it works. I've read in your file you used to be a nurse.
Yes, I know very well how it works. You want to check if I'm nuts.
Well, I wouldn't use that expression, obviously. But yes, we have to make sure you're safe and figure out how to help you. Also, as a nurse yourself, you know there's always paperwork involved. These forms won't fill themselves. Honestly, Susan, you have nothing to worry about. This is just a formality. I could tell straight away that you are not nuts.
Fine. What would you like to know? I will answer all your questions. Then I'll go home, take a long shower, and catch up on sleep.
Wonderful. Let's see then. Where do we begin?
She's awake, Doctor.
Good evening. It's good to see you awake at last. You're in the Cedar Lake Hospital. My name is Andrew. I'm one of the doctors. Would you confirm your name for me, please?
Might as well tell them the truth.
Susan Ashworth.
Hello, Mrs. Ashworth. I'm glad to see you're all right. You're on the ward now. Your condition is stable. I can see your brain functions just fine and there's no permanent damage of any sort. We've checked your internal organs and they're fine too. You're a very lucky lady, Susan. You might experience extreme tiredness and lethargy for a couple of days, but that should soon pass. I would advise plenty of rest now. The nurses on this ward will take it from here. Please let them know if you need anything. Take care, Mrs. Ashworth. Please, don't try to speak. What did you say? Don't worry, Mrs. Ashworth. Your arm is fine. No. There was nothing wrong with your arm, darling. Now calm down.
That's a relief.
Would you like me to get you some water? Let me get you a drink. I'll be back in a second.
So we're in a hospital. We came back to life, as the Chapter 2 describes. Very fortunate indeed.
I'm sorry, Susan. Did I wake you? I have to take your blood pressure. 2 seconds and I'm gone. My name is Liz, by the way. Hi. I'm sorry. I know this isn't very nice. Believe me, I hate waking people up just for this. But being a nuisance is part of my stupid job, unfortunately. Oof, I hate this place. Tell you what, Susan. Can I call you Susan? So anyway, I shouldn't say it, but you know I'm going to anyway. You are so lucky. It's crazy. You doing what you've done, and her walking in, seeing what she saw. That was a chance. 1 in a million. I'm not making any sense again, am I? I'm tired. They're working us to death here, you know. Modern day slavery. One day I'll tell him what I really think. I swear I will. Ah, and here it is. You've got the blood pressure of an 18-year-old. Just wanted to say you're lucky, I think. And that I hope you've changed your mind about some things. Got to go, but I'll see you later. You take care, sweetheart, yeah?
What the hell? Ugh.
Bad dream?
Well, might as well be honest.
Yeah, a really bad one.
I knew it. I could see as soon as I came in the room that you were having a nightmare. I guess I shouldn't have woken you up. What was it about?
Again, might as well tell the truth. We have no reason to lie. Or should we? Nah.
I was burnt alive.
Actually, it reminds me of something that happened the other day. There was this woman on the emergency unit, and she really wanted to smoke, you know? But they wouldn't let her, of course. She wasn't well at all, not just injured, but not right in the head. She was on 10 litres of oxygen through the face mask. She had to stay in bed, she was told. But she wouldn't listen, of course, and as soon as they'd left, she lit up a fag. The whole room went up in flames, and so did she. I guess you didn't really want to know that, did you? That's just me and my big gob. Typical. I never know when to shut up.
What was your name again?
I forgot to introduce myself, didn't I? I always do that. So sorry, Susan. My name is Elizabeth. But you can call me Liz, like everyone else.
You're here a lot. Every time I open my eyes, I see you.
They make auxiliaries do crazy hours here. Seriously, I feel like I've got no life sometimes. I'll be here till the morning. To be honest, I keep coming here to hide. Please don't give me away. I just want to rest my legs for 2 minutes, that's all.
Well, Liz, we do appreciate your time for taking care of us, and, you know, working those hours must be crazy for you, but again, we appreciate it. And if you need a minute or two to lay down and rest, by all means, rest. You're welcomed in our little resting area, whatever it's called.
What happened to me?
Well, how much do you remember?
I took some pills, and I fell asleep in the chair. I remember how the room kept spinning around me slowly. I felt so calm, and then...
all of a sudden, I was in a field of barley.
all of a sudden, I was on the field of barley. It was great at first. I felt happy. I was free. But it soon got worse. There was this tunnel, but there was no light at the end of it, only darkness. Then I got lost in the woods. There was my dead body hanged on the tree, a burning car, and a crow, and a deer. I heard something behind the trees, but I didn't dare to look. Then I found the house. The old woman who lived there. I think she was Death. Or maybe she was the devil. I'm not sure. She said they call her the Queen of Maggots. She said I should go back, gave me another chance. And so, here I am. Weird dream, eh?
Maybe it wasn't a dream. I really believe in that sort of stuff. It's not impossible.
It felt real, but it was just a dream. Can you now tell me who found me and what happened?
Well, Your body went into a coma. You were lucky she came home and found you. I told you that before.
What? Who found me?
Your daughter, of course. She called an ambulance. If it wasn't for her, you'd sure be dead now, Susan.
My daughter?
Yes. Why? Why'd you look so pale all of a sudden, Susan?
I don't have a daughter. Whoever she is, she lied.
But why would she do that?
How should I know? I was in a coma, apparently.
So she lied. It doesn't change the fact that you owe her your life.
I was fine. I didn't ask for any help. Sorry. How long have I been here?
I was told you arrived at the hospital at 7 in the evening. You had a cardiac arrest in the ambulance. They had to resuscitate you. Your heart stopped beating for nearly a minute, but they managed to bring you back. You went to the intensive care unit, where they gave you a dose of antidote and pumped your stomach. As soon as your condition was stable, they brought you on this ward. It's called Dime Ward. I call it Die Ward, because all the patients who come here want to die. It's a suicide watch unit. That's why it's so strict. You have to be careful. Nurses here are trigger happy with the sedatives.
Well, so it looks like we were rescued by somebody who claims to be our daughter when we don't have one. And the nurses are ready for the sedatives. Useful in the future? Maybe.
When will they let me go home?
I'm not sure. Probably not today. Maybe tomorrow. Look, I shouldn't say that, but you seem like a nice person. I feel like I should warn you. There's this doctor here. They call him Dr. X. He's a chief of psychiatry in this hospital. You won't be able to go home until he's talked to you, and he's really good at getting into your head. You know what I'm saying? He will ask you a lot of tricky questions. But he's a really great guy. You should trust him.
Don't care for Dr. X. But this daughter of mine, good choices, but... Lizzie, I want to know more about you. Tell me about yourself.
Tell me something more about yourself.
Me? I'm a nobody. I'm just a hard-working girl. We all have to pay our bills somehow, right? I rent a room not far from here. There are 2 other girls living in the house. One is an auxiliary nurse, like me. She's always sick. The other one is a stripper. At least I think so. She's never home at night.
Maybe she works at night, like you.
Yeah, but I don't leave for work wearing red stockings and heels, do I?
No, you're right. You're a real nurse, not some man's fantasy of one.
I used to do all that for my boyfriend. You know, dress up as a sexy nurse and all. Well, I did it just once, really. He didn't like it that much. He didn't like me that much either. Broke up with me last Valentine's Day. Of all the days, he chose that one, eh? He never told me why, but I don't care anymore.
Well, if you ever come across him, tell him he's a freaking douchebag. Wearing a sexy nurse outfit and he just doesn't care, doesn't get turned on. The hell's wrong with him? You know, Valentine's Day? Really? Really? Come on, that's such a douche move. Tell him he's a douche for me, okay? In the meantime, though, how about this Dr. X? Tell me more about this guy.
Tell me more about this Dr. X.
His name is Xavier Zellman, but everyone just calls him Dr. X. He comes on the ward often, usually late in the afternoon or in the evening. I personally really like him, but you hear all sorts of stories in a place like this, you know. I don't know what to believe anymore. All I know is he's been very friendly and supportive. Some doctors won't even say hello to you, but Dr. X usually stops and asks how I am. He knows I have some problems. He can see I'm not happy here. He actually offered me some free weekly sessions. I think I might take him up on his offer.
What are they saying about him?
Oh yeah, they say He's a big flirt. Nurses, cleaners, patients. He doesn't care, as long as they're wearing a skirt. One girl I knew, Linda, I heard they had an affair. Stupid girl. Well, she left, and I never saw her again. Now why do you think that is? Dr. X got her knocked up. They covered it up and quietly got rid of her. Probably paid her some money. I don't know how these things work, but it must have been enough to shut her up. I bet he'll be more careful now. But I can't really say a bad word about him, personally. Well, one thing. Maybe. Don't laugh, okay? He's got a weird smell.
What do you mean?
He smells funny. I don't know. Maybe it's just bad aftershave. Or maybe it's something he eats.
Oh, thanks for the warning. I'll try not to get too close to him.
Now that I think about it, there's something else too. I'll tell you this, Susan. He starts talking to you, and you just open up and tell him everything. It's very odd. I don't exactly hide things from people, but he got some really private stuff out of me. Really private. You know what I mean? Things I wouldn't tell my mother about. And we haven't even started those sessions yet. So, be prepared for that.
Sure, but it's a bit too late for me to hide how I feel now anyway. I think I made it very clear when I swallowed those pills.
Huh. So Dr. X is really good at his job. And possibly a flirt. However, this daughter of mine. Tell me more.
Did you see this daughter of mine?
No, sorry, Susan. Apparently she came in the ambulance with you, but then she remembered something and had to go. I think someone mentioned she went in quite a hurry.
Of course she did. She was worried I'd ask her what she was doing in my flat.
Saving your life?
Do I really have to give her a benefit of the doubt just because of that?
One would assume so. That girl is a hero. Maybe real heroes always leave before their identity is revealed.
Or she was a burglar, attempting to steal from me.
That's a possibility too. Have you got anything very precious in your flat?
Maybe.
Well, we got everything out of Liz, so let's end for the day and get some much-needed sleep. And not the permanent kind.
I'm tired. Let me sleep now.
Fine. I'll see you again. Be careful who you trust here, Susan. They will be watching you.
How do I know you're not one of them?
You don't. But do I really look like a bad person to you?
I don't know. Maybe not.
I'll see you tonight. Remember what I said. Dreams are just dreams. But when they turn into nightmares, it's good to have someone there to pinch your arm and wake you up. Right?
We'll start with a little chat about your childhood. I want you to be as honest as possible. It's important if we want to get to the bottom of your problem. Count to 10 and tell me when you're ready, Susan.
As the description says, this is Dr. X, who we spoke to at the very beginning of this chapter.
This isn't all about whether you're nuts or not, like we said before. It's about finding what has caused how you're feeling now and creating a working solution. In order to achieve that, I need to get to know you better. Can we talk about your childhood first? Your parents. When you're a child, your life revolves around them. What was your father like? Did you have a good relationship with him?
So here's kind of the cool thing about this session. You can create your relationship with your mother and with your father. And it's actually produces different results depending what you do. Let's do one without a father.
I was brought up without a father.
I understand he wasn't there when you were growing up. Can you tell me why? What happened to him?
He... died in an accident. I'm not sure what exactly happened. All I know is that it was a car crash.
Ooh.
I was told he died instantly.
Let's talk about your mother now. What was she like? Would you care to tell me about her?
And yes, there are different pictures for every choice that you make, which is also a nice little touch. Kudos to the creators of this game.
She never cared about me. All that mattered to her was the booze, and never me. What I remember clearly from my early years is the image of her, sitting by the window. She'd stare at it for hours, smoking. I find it hard to blame her. She couldn't cope without my father. She just missed him too much. And now, years after that, it seems I've just followed the same path. Not with the alcohol, maybe, but everything else is just the same. It feels like nothing matters anymore. It feels like I've lost something, and I will never get it back.
Okay, I'm beginning to get a better picture. That's enough about your parents for now. Let's take 2 minutes, and we will talk about something else.
I need to get out of this place. I hate hospitals. Besides, I really want to go home and forget all about this.
Hey game, you finally remembered that you're a game. Anyway, let us save. Yes, I know, I'm mature. 1. There we go. First save. Got some gloves. It's full of latex gloves. 3 different sizes. Take gloves. Take 1 glove. Take a lot of gloves. Well, you can never have enough gloves, so let's take a lot. Mine. Examine the clock. The needles are stuck at 10:08. It's probably broken, or maybe it just needs new batteries? There's nothing interesting under the pillow. Alright, fair enough, fair enough. So there's a drug chart. It's a list of drugs for a patient inside room 2. I guess it's me then. I'm on a lot of sedative, it appears. The stuff they're giving me could knock out a horse and give it a headache for a week too. It could also cause hallucinations and paranoia. How bizarre. Why would they want to give me all that? I'm not crazy, I know that for sure. If anyone's crazy here, it's someone who put me on all this medication for no good medical reason. I know, what a douche. Oh, but look! Flowers! A bunch of chrysanthemum. I think those are supposed to be chrysanthemums, just misspelled incorrectly. I hate flowers. Excuse me, Susan? Take them. No, I am taking them. I don't like flowers, especially chrysanthemums. I really don't like flowers. I really don't care what they smell like. Alright, fine. She's pretty adamant. Alright, can we enter? Oh. Look under this pillow. I believe there's nothing in here. I don't know why I came in here. But let's look at the drug chart. It's a list of drugs for a patient beside room and some notes. According to this, her name is Anne Burton, 35 years of age. She's taking lots of sedatives and has a long history of drug abuse. It seems that on top of it all, she's taking methadone for heroin withdrawal syndrome. At the bottom of the page, there's a note saying she's actually a private patient who's staying here out of her own free will. Lucky lady. I guess it won't be so easy for me to leave the ward. Hey, let's talk to a nurse.
I'd like to go home now.
Well, so would I. But there are procedures and a system in place. I can't just let you go like that.
What?
Look, I'm very busy at the moment. I'll come and talk to you in a minute, alright?
What are you busy with? Texting? Twitter? What the hell? You talk to me, woman.
Is Liz here?
And who's Liz?
That young nurse who was here last night. Black hair, very chatty. She said her name was Liz.
I'm sorry. A lot of people come through here. I can't remember everyone's name. Can you return to your bed now, please? It's nearly time for your medication. I can't be chasing around after every single patient.
Beg your pardon?
Look, I'm very busy at the moment. I'll come and talk to you in a minute, alright?
What are you doing? Hitting up Facebook? Come on now. Ooh, discharge letter. It's a discharge letter for Anne Burton, currently a patient inside room 1. Ah! She's allowed to leave whenever she wishes. Yeah, that's her charge, and we want it. Oop. Gimme.
Please do not touch these. They are all confidential documents.
Yeah? Well, maybe you shouldn't leave them out on the desk for everyone to see.
If you are looking for something to read, we have some magazines for patients here.
Thanks, but I think I'll pass.
Seriously, why would you leave important information out for the whole freaking world to see? This would be a violation in America. But so, I believe this takes place in England, so I don't know how that works. But this would be a violation in America. Just saying. Let's see. Examine. These must be patient files. They are piled up on the desk. Let's take them.
Please do not touch these. They are all confidential documents.
I was only going to tidy up.
I'm sorry. Are you one of the housekeepers? Why did you dress up as a patient?
I just can't stand mess, that's all. And there's no need to be sarcastic.
Who's being sarcastic?
Douche. Hello, would you guys care to let me go through?
Excuse me, where's the exit?
It's just down the corridor, ma'am.
Thanks. I'll be on my way then.
Can I see the discharge letter first?
A discharge letter? What for?
Some of our patients are under observation and aren't allowed out of the ward. For their own safety, of course.
It sounds like we're prisoners here.
It's for the patient's safety, ma'am. If you haven't been discharged by the doctors, I'm afraid I can't let you through. May I ask what your name is?
You can see any of these, but none of them are gonna work, so...
I'll come back later.
Please do, ma'am. We'll be right here.
Yeah, unfortunately they're not gonna let us through no matter what we say, so... We want these discharge letters. However, it's for Anne Burton. What is this? Who is this? This must be the patient from side room 2. God, doesn't she look confused? Let's look at her real quick. Another suicidal patient. Strange. She looks like someone I know. That's a little creepy.
Hi. Are you alright? Can we talk for a minute?
I can't talk. Please, just leave me alone.
Oh, I mean you no harm. I'm trapped here, just like you.
Trapped? I don't know. It's just so hard to think without it. But you're a stranger. And you're not one of those lovely nurses either. They look after me so well. I trust the nurses like I trusted my mother.
I just want to talk. I need your help.
Unless it's Mother who sent you. Was it her? Please tell me it was her.
Yeah, sure. I'm a good friend of your mother.
I miss her so much. I can't remember you very well. But you should know this. If you really are a friend, you will know my mother's name. The name that haunts me. A beautiful name.
Yeah, sure I do. Now, let me ask you.
What is it?
Oh, well...
What is my mother's name?
Peeking the mic a little bit there, aren't we, Anne? Anyway, you can go through all the lists of the names right here. However, none of them are correct. We do need to find out what Anne's mother's name is. So for the time being, we shall say, I don't know.
I don't know.
No, of course you don't. Leave me alone. Please, just leave me alone.
Well, fine. Be that way. Didn't care that much about you anyway. And we're gonna enter here. And it's the restroom. A horrible restroom. Let's take a look at this bin. Looks like it has been emptied for a while. There's a lot of discarded medication pods in there, among other gross stuff. Let's search. Let's take one of these medication pods. Mine. Please stop writing messages on the mirror while we are currently experiencing difficulties maintaining high level of cleanliness due to sudden absence of our cleaning staff. We ask all patients to be considerate and help us keep the ward tiny. It's rather filthy. Use the toilet. The lid is down, guys. The lid is down. We cannot use the toilet because the lid is down. Screw it! Can't look at myself. The mirror is cracked. A large shard of glass is lying on the side. Take the shard of glass. If they find it on me, they'll think I'm a complete psycho. But it might be useful too. I'll risk it. I like how she thinks. Alright, let's turn on hot water. And we're just gonna sit and wait. No particular reason. Yeah. Yeah, we can. Ale? 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 That's weird. Why is there an EIL in here?
Someone is coming.
A ring for existence.
Have you rang the bell? Is there an emergency?
I'm feeling a bit woozy.
Are you really? You look fine to me.
No, I'm really not feeling well.
Fine, I'll call the doctor for you. But I can't help it if he's busy and can't get here straight away. In the meantime, I know how to make you feel better. I think it's time we give you some medication. Can you please tell me your name and your date of birth?
I'll have your name, so I can make a big fat complaint.
There is no need for that attitude. First, you are being disruptive when I'm just trying to do my paperwork. And now you are threatening me. Oh, you should know we are only following the doctor's orders here. Now, forget that silliness and let me have a quick look at your wristband. Miss Ashworth, I strongly suggest you take this, all right?
Can't remember,
Are you insane? I'm not taking any medication. I'm not ill.
Okay, we are prepared for this. Jim, can you come in, please?
You must be kidding me.
Unfortunately, I'm not. I'm going to give you an injection. You'll feel a sharp scratch. Hold it for me, would you?
Uh-oh. I don't like this. What have we done? What have we done? Ow. Make it stop. Ow. Oh.
Now, go back to your room and rest. You'll be able to relax and have a great sleep.
Sheila. There are 3 mirrors that, and all of them say Sheila. Huh. It's going to be of the utmost importance. Could possibly be even a name of a certain mother. What the hell is this? Narcotic heart? Excuse me? I don't like its face. Let's stab it. Hiya! Red liquid is gushing out. Alright. Let's fill it with this drug. Okay, let's get the hell out of here. This is creepy. This area is creepy. I don't want to be in here anymore. Ugh. Enter. Enter my... Oh my god, even my bedroom's weird. Ah, this is creepy. Why is this... Why is the planet moving rapidly fast? What the hell's going on? Lie down. Oh god, look at me. Look at Susan. So freaking hollow.
The drugs have worn off and I feel better now. But I can't let them do that to me again. I need to get out of here.